Okay, last part, the only thing that's different with this part is they have a letter on the bottom, they have a number, except this time they have an additional sign. There isn't really anything different here, you just have to worry about the sign. And so let's take a look at D. So let's zoom in at D and I'll just move it up here. Okay, with D, circle your terms. I'm just going to do this just to make sure that you don't forget about your negatives. Okay, so those three things on the top are going to each divide with this thing on the bottom. And what I'm going to deal with is this one by that one first. So 10 divided by 5 will be 2, and I've got a negative, so I put it in front. And I've got x to the power of 4 divided by x squared, and I'm just going to write the workout here. I'm going to get x4 minus 2. On the second one, I'm going to have positive 5 divided by negative 5. Do the numbers. 5 divided by 5 will be 1. But this time, I'm going to have a positive and a negative. And a positive and a negative make a negative. So I'll get negative 1. Then do the letters. I've got x3 and x2. So I've got to subtract. Okay, almost done. I've got 15 divided by 5, which will be 3. And I've got negative and a negative that make positive. And x squared divided by x squared will be x to the power of 2 minus 2. And remember, just the double sign rules. Maybe I should have written them out here. Two negatives will always make a positive. A positive and a negative will make a negative. And two positives will stay as a positive. So if you forgot that rule, that's the rule that's there. Now if I rewrite this out, I'm going to get negative 2x to the power of 2 minus 1 x to the power of 1 plus 3 x to the power of 0. And we remind ourselves that we don't have to write x to the 0, means we don't have any x's left. So that's your answer there. Or if you don't want to write x to the power of 1, that's also the same thing. Okay, hope that helps you for that part. There's only one little part left to show you. Okay, if you're dealing with shapes, and we're talking about area, what area means is, if I had this rectangle here, and let's not worry about like the 16x squared and 4x, area just means how much is covering this rectangle. So if I cover this rectangle with tile or carpet or something, we want to know how much area is covered by that. And how we figure that out is we always take the length and we multiply it by the width. So we're trying to multiply the length by the width. So we want to figure out the area by taking length times it by the width will always give you the area. Okay. What we know in this question is they tell us the area. We know the answer, or the area that covers the whole thing, is 16x squared plus 4x. And we know one of the sides. So if we knew what this side was and we times it by 4x, we would find that that would be equal to this. But we don't know what this is. So what you do is you have to work backwards. Because these two things multiply together, we have to work backwards. So you're going to divide your answer by the side that you know. So all you're going to do is you go, okay, I know the answer, it's 16x squared plus 4x, and I know one of the sides. So I just divide it by the side that I know, and then it'll tell me the side that I don't know. So again, this is the same style of question. I do these two divided, and there's your answer. So 16 divided by 4 will be 4. And remember, this x is x1. So I'd have x2 minus x1. And then the next part would be 4 divided by 4, which is positive 1. And that's x1. And then I'll have x1 minus 1. So my answer becomes 4x1 plus 1x0. And remember again, you don't have to write the x0, so it stays as 4x plus 1. And that's it. So hopefully this part helped you to solve this worksheet. If you have any more questions, come and see me.